Hi ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Skokin. We're going to be doing some operations with radical expressions, which means we're going to learn to add, subtract, and multiply radical expressions. When we add or subtract radical expressions, we need to first simplify them as much as possible. And the reason that we do that is we want to see which of the radical expressions can be combined because they are like radical expressions. And in our example, you can see that we have a square root of 2 here, a square root of 2 here, and then we've got a square root of 3 here. So we need to simplify what's going on. 6 times 5 root 2 gives us 30 root 2. Then we have minus 2 times 2 root 2, that gives us 4 root 2, and those two terms we now are able to see are like radical expressions. So 30 minus 4 gives us 26, that's the coefficient of square root of 2, and then what we have left over is this term 10 square root 3, which of course is part of our final answer. Now, this may look different from something that we've done before, but I want you to think of it this way. If in fact we have, instead of square root 2, look at the example on the right in the blue, if instead of square root 2 it said a, so 3a plus 4a, we would know that that is 7a. Those are like terms, so we can combine them through addition or through subtraction. In this case, if we substitute in the square root of 2 for the a, then 3 times the square root of 2 plus 4 times the square root of 2 is just going to be 7 times the square root of 2. Another way that we can look at this is having 3 square root of 2 plus 4 square root of 2. What does that equal altogether? Well, altogether we have 7 of them. It's kind of a different way to represent it, but it means the same thing. Okay, let's take a look at example 1. Example 1 says add and subtract expressions with like radicands. Remember that the radicand is the number underneath the radical. So that's the number that we're taking the square root of. So in this case, we can see that we've got 10 times the square root of 6. That's a square root of 6, and minus 5 times the square root of 3, plus 6 times the square root of 3, minus 4 times the square root of 6. So you can see how I have kind of figured out which ones are like terms, and so we're going to combine those. We've got 10 times the square root of 6 minus 4 times the square root of 6, giving us 6 times the square root of 6. Then we turn to our square root of 3 terms, and we have negative or minus 5 times the square root of 3 plus 6 times the square root of 3. And when we combine those, we end up with a positive 1 square root of 3. So altogether, what we've got is 6 square root 6 plus square root 3. Remember that when we have that coefficient of 1, we really don't write it. And that's our final answer for that one. Example 2 says add and subtract expressions with unlike radicands. So this means we had unlike radicands in the previous example, but what we did is we combined the ones that were like, and the ones that were not like, we kept them separate. This time we've got 3 times the square root of 12 plus 5 times the square root of 75. And these, in fact, are not yet simplified. So we've got to simplify these first, and then we'll see what we end up with and what we can combine. Let's start with 3 times the square root of 12. We know that 12 is equal to 4 times 3, and we're breaking it down this way because we know 4 is a perfect square, plus 5 times the square root of 75, and we know 75 is 25 times 3. So the 4 is a perfect square, the 25 is a perfect square, so those can come out. and we're going to have 3 times 2, that's the square root of 4, times the square root of 3, which is what's left over, plus 5 times 5 times the square root of 3. So now we've got 6 times the square root of 3 plus 25 times the square root of 3. Those are now like radicals, so we combine them through addition, and we end up with 31 times the square root of 3. So we started out with unlike radicals, but after we simplified them, we did have similar or like radicals, and we were able to combine them. Let's take a look at example 3 now on the next page. In example 3, it says multiply radical expressions. We've got a hint that tells us that we're going to be foiling and to do it step by step. We remember that FOIL stands for first, outside, inside, and last. So we're going to start by multiplying the first term in each parentheses together. Then we're going to multiply the outside terms. Next are the 2 inside terms. And then we've got the last term in each of the parentheses that we're going to multiply to each other. Once we've got these shown with multiplication, what we're going to be doing is multiplying outside with outside, inside with inside when it comes to each of the radical expressions, or radical terms. So we're going to have 3 times 4, which is going to give us 12. And square root of 2 times square root of 20, which is going to give us square root of 40. Then we're going to have 3 times, there's no coefficient to the square root of 8, so we know that that means it's 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. Square root of 2 times square root of 8 is square root of 16. And then we're going to have a minus 2 times 4, which is 8. Square root of 5 times square root of 20 is going to be 100. And then another minus 2 times 1 and a square root of 5 times square root of 8, which is square root of 40. Okay, now we start simplifying the radicals themselves. Okay, so we can break down 40 as 4 times 10. We know, of course, that the square root of 16 is 4. And we know that the square root of 100 is 10. And here again, we're breaking down 40 into 4 and 10. So remember the way that we simplify radicals, whatever is square, we square root it and it comes out. And just as a reminder, that means when we square root 4, it comes out as a 2. 10 is left over on the inside. This is plus 12 minus 80. And then minus 2 times the square root of 4, which is another 2, and the square root of 10, which is left over. So we've got 24 square root 10 plus 12 minus 80 minus 4 square root 10. Our like terms are the constants. We can combine those, and our other like terms have our coefficients of the square root of 10. So we can say 24 square root 10 minus 4 square root 10 gives us 20 square root 10. And 12 minus 80 gives us negative 68. And that is our final answer for example number 3. It's time for you to get some practice, and so you're done with the lesson video and you'll be asking questions in class as well as working on these practice problems through the end of page 11. Looks like there are 7 questions for you to work on. I'll see you back in the next lesson video.